Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I used a random house generator to generate a house for me, and the main points are that it's supposed to be a small castle with a rainbow interior and a meadow in the backyard. So I started with the castle part, and I made the wall heights medium just because I thought that would make it look grander in the height, but not make it bigger in size. So the small part is still fulfilled in that part. And as you can see, I did one tower at the front and like a bump out tower in the back, which doesn't have like the base. And I also had a little bit of fun with platforms. I just thought it would look more intricate if there would be some platforms on the lot, and I chose the tall wall height on the bottom, so it's still a really tall floor, even though it has like I think I moved it up 4 times for the platform to work. And I also chose stone as the exterior wallpaper for the towers, and just a pretty basic white color for the rest because I didn't want it to look ridiculous with just stone, and I thought it would make it look like a little bit of a fairy tale castle and not something dark and scary because I didn't want to build that. And especially with the meadow part, I thought it would be really fun to have something that is a little bit whimsical as the house for that part. And as you can see, I'm basically finished with the exterior shell. Now I'm just looking for windows and doors. And as you can see, I put down the door with the blue swatch as the color. And I use that swatch everywhere. So the railings on the stairs is that color of blue, and all the windows have that swatch. I thought it would be a nice touch to have a color in there, but to not have it overwhelmingly colorful outside at least, because I already knew because the generator told me to make the house colorful on the inside. So I thought I would contrast that a little bit with the outside to have that pretty basic and without much color at least. Now I'm inside and I put down some lights so I can actually see. And I knew from the start that I wanted the stairs, in a sense, to be in the tower. So I just used some ladders because I just thought it would make more sense. The house is way too small for any kind of stairs, especially with the tall and medium wall heights. I wouldn't have had any space for it. So I thought I would just use ladders, and we do have access to them, so why not use them sometimes? And of course I had the brief that I needed to use colors on the inside to make it look a little bit like a rainbow. So I started with that with the green kitchen that I had, and I put down the yellow armchairs, and I also used a little bit of a reddish swatch on the dining chairs. And I used the new furniture pieces that we got with the 21st anniversary. And yeah, I really like that swatch because it's not obviously red, but it still gives a little bit of a hint. Because I knew that I needed to make it rainbow because the generator told me to, but I didn't want to make it look ridiculous. So I thought I would look for swatches that are colorful but not really crazy. So for example, I also used the new dresses, and I decided to use a really pastel color for that. But in general, in the bedroom area, I have more blue and orange, as well as some greenish colors. And in the downstairs area, I have the green, yellow, and red in there. And in the bathroom, I put a lot of rose and pink tones, as well as a purple picture. So I have those colors covered as well. So really there's every color in the house somewhere at least. And I also used a purple stand for the TV. It's also the new item that we have. I think I used quite a bit of them in this build, and I actually think it looks really cool, and the swatches are nice. So yeah, I was really happy to have them, especially with the caveat that I needed to make it a little bit rainbowy inside, and it made sense to have that and actually use it because that made the look understated but still rainbowy. And I was really happy with that. I even wanted to use the new hallway table again, but it didn't fit into the octagonal bit of the tower, so I used something else. Basically, just a bookcase, and I think I will also put down another table so I can put down the fishbowl on it, because I thought that would be a fun idea to have. In general, in the tower bit where you go upstairs from the bottom floor, I put more of the hallway type furniture with the shoe rack and also the stand where you put your coat. And then I started with the windows because I had put down one window already, but I refrained from doing any window apart from that because I wasn't quite sure what I would do inside. And I also did a little bit of a trick with the fireplace. So I really wanted something to be there. I didn't want to put any windows down there because it didn't make sense with the fireplace that I had there. So I decided to have something there. I would put down a bunch of sized up fireplaces, chimneys, and I think it actually looks quite cool. And it even clips inside, but that doesn't matter because it looks good as well in there. So I was happy with that. And I put down a bunch of windows in the tower, a bunch of large ones at that, because it looked really cool like that. And then I was finished with the windows. And most of the layout and outside, I had everything figured out. Now I just needed to make it pretty. And I started with the landscaping. I put down a bunch of bushes and violet flowers, the lavender, I think. I don't know if it's actually that, but yeah, I put down a bunch of those and some window plants. And then I started to mess with the terrain tool because I thought a meadow, it would be really cool to have like a slight hill, not something crazy, but a little bit of a hill to have the landscaping be a little bit more fun. So I did that, and then I put down a bunch of more of the necessities, so a trash can and also a mailbox for the house and also some lights. And then I went to do more terrain painting outside so it blends in better and you have a walkway. And then I opened the debug menu and put down flowers and things and landscaping from there. And as you can see, I just scrolled through and I put down whenever I thought, okay, this would maybe look cool, and I just put them down in some random spots. I didn't want it to look like curated or anything like that. I just wanted it to be there and kind of be overgrown like a meadow a little bit. And I actually think the flowers that are in the debug menu really fit nicely for that and make it look really cool. But of course, it's a little bit difficult to find them again if you ever scroll past them and think, okay, I have enough of those flowers. You have to search for them again, and that's a little bit difficult sometimes. So, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit sad if you think, yeah, I'm finished with that. I have enough of those. There's other types of flowers, and I can use them. Yeah, I did that sometimes, and later I will go back into the debug menu and find more of the flowers. But it was fine. I didn't struggle too much with it. And here I had some kind of terrain paint glitch. So I wanted to put down some of those flowery terrain paint, and for some reason when I used the back button up top, it deleted a whole section of the terrain painting. I never had that issue, but yeah, it happened to me in this instance. And then I filled out a bunch of the front with some of the actual flowers, because I thought it would be nice if they didn't actually walk through everything, but I think they will probably still do that. So the Sims, of course, don't recognize the debug flowers as objects, so yeah, it's probably going to happen that they just walk right through the flowers, which is fine, but it will probably look a little bit weird. And then I moved back inside and started on the decorations there. And because it needed to look a little bit rainbowy, I made certain to actually use some colors in, like, the curtains, for example, or the other decorations that there are. I put down some pictures to have a little bit more color in there, but sometimes I couldn't resist. So, for example, the curtain in the living room area where the yellow armchairs are beige, because I thought it would look ridiculous to have another color there, because I still wanted it to be tasteful, even though it is supposed to be a little bit rainbowy inside. But I just couldn't resist making it a little bit more neutral sometimes. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can download it from the gallery. My ID is TGGSims, same as my YouTube channel name. I also hope that you liked the video and will consider pressing the thumbs up button and subscribing. Thanks very much for watching and have a great week. Bye!